Good morning, Year 5. Welcome to a brand new week. We are going to today start with developing our arithmetic knowledge. So I'm going to set you a arithmetic paper to have a go at doing this morning. But I'm just going to spend the first few minutes just recapping a few key areas that a few people have emailed in and asked me just to go over another couple of examples just to solidify your understanding. If there is something in particular that you just need a little bit of recapping, please email us. And over the next couple of weeks, I can try and do another example and hopefully kind of consolidate your understanding, which will hopefully allow you to be scoring full marks. I know a lot of you are now scoring full marks, and a lot of you are really close to scoring full marks in these big papers. So there's nothing stopping anybody at all scoring full marks in this lesson, on these lessons on a Monday. So please email in, and I'm more than happy to go over certain areas that we need to recap. Right, one of the main areas that keeps cropping up, it always does seem to crop up, is timesing and dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000. This is one of those areas, and for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure why, that just always seems to be something that people find difficult. So let's go over and do a bit of recapping on this. So we know if I am timesing, I am moving my digits to the left. Okay, if I'm timesing by 10, 100 and 1,000, I'm always making my numbers bigger. If I am dividing by 10, 100 and 1,000, I'm making my numbers smaller. So I'm sliding my digits to the right. This place value grid here on the screen has all the different place value headings we have worked on this year in Year 5. So we've looked at numbers up to 1,000,000, and we've looked at columns down to thousandths in our decimals work. So this really needs to be kind of stuck in your mind now. And whenever you get a times or divide 100, 10, 100 or 1,000 question, this is your first port of call. That should be coming straight to your mind. There's nothing stopping you guys from drawing this out. If you've got a question in front of you and it asks you to divide by 10, 100, 1,000, you're not sure, draw out your place value grids like this. It's a really quick one, and slide the digits to the left or to the right, depending on the question, and it will help you, or it will help you check your working. So let's start with timesing by 10. So I'm timesing by 10. Let's have a look at the number 341. I'm timesing by 10. The zeros always help me work out what I'm doing. Because I'm timesing, I'm moving to the left. And because 10 has 1 0 in it, that is telling me to move my digits to the left one place. So the 300 becomes 3,000, the 4 tens becomes 400, and the 1 becomes 110. Because I've slid my digit one place to the left, I then need to put a place value holder in, and I get the final answer of 3,410. If I was to look at the number, let's have a think, 0.173. This time, I'm going to times by 100. To move, or to times by 100, I move my digits. This time, because it's got 2 zeros, 100 has got 2 zeros, I'm moving all of my digits 2 places. Because I'm still timesing, I'm moving to the left. So my digits, my 0 moves 2 places. My 1 moves 2 places. My 7 moves 2 places. And my 3 moves 2 places. Remember, the decimal point from our work in previous lessons doesn't move. The decimal point is always found between the ones number and the tenths number. The decimal point remains there. I don't really need the 0 here because 0 hundredths, 1 10, 7 ones, and 3 tenths is the same as 17.3. I have made my number 100 times bigger. Okay, if I was to be making my original number 1,000 times bigger, the same would apply. So the 0, 1, 2, 3, the 1, 1, 2, 3 places, the 7, 1, 2, 3 places, and the 3, 1, 2, 3 places. Again, I could put a 0.0 in, okay, but 0.0 is just the same as the number you've already got, which in this case is 173. So my original number times by 1,000, 3 places, 3 digits, is 173. If you're still dropping marks on these questions, you need to be drawing this out all the time because you're going to come across more questions like it in year 6. And you need to be able to confidently slide the digits to the left and to the right on this place value grid. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the more that you maybe won't need to rely on this grid. But at the moment, if you're dropping marks, that's what I need to be doing. A quick recap of dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000. Same thing applies with the zeros. So divided by 10, 1 place to the right. Divided by 100, 2 places. Divided by 1,000, 3 places. I'm dividing, so I'm sliding to the right this time, making the numbers smaller, as opposed to before where I was making the numbers bigger. If I was looking at the number 34, I've got 3 10s and 4 1s. I'm dividing by 10, for example. My 4 would go into my tenths, the 3 would go into the 1s. My decimal point, remember, always appears between the 1s column and the tenths column, so 3.4 would be where my number would lie on my place value grid, 3.4. If I was dividing it by 100, I'd move my digits 2 places. So the 3 would move 2 places, the 4 would move 2 places. And because I've got 0.34, I would always put a 0 in there to hold the place, 0.34. If I was dividing it by 1,000, the digits would all move 1 further place to the right, and it would be 0.034. So that's a recap of dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000, as well as multiplying by 10, 100, and 1,000. Your job today then is to have a look at another arithmetic paper. You have got 28 questions. You've got 30 marks to go at. Question 28 is worth 2 marks because it's a long multiplication question. So I want to see how you get on. There may not be any divided by 10, 100, and 1,000 questions on this actual paper today. However, it's a skill we need to keep practicing. So if you feel like a little bit more practice of that would be good, generate some of your own questions. Send them in, I can check them, and I can see that you're on the right lines. If there's a particular question that you find difficult, tell me when you email me your work, and I can make sure that I put it into next week's little recap on the Monday. Okay, have a great day. I will see you tomorrow for some more fractions, decimals, and percentages recap.